So we have, how many duck eggs do we have?
12.
12 duck eggs. And what we're going to try and do with these duck eggs?
Hatch them.
Hatch them, Joseph. What do you think we're going to do with the eggs?
Put them in the machine.
Put them in the machine. Eva, what's the machine called?
The incubator.
The incubator. So what we're going to do now, before we put them in the incubator, is first of all, we're going to give each of them a letter of the alphabet. Did you count them? How many is there?
And they were altogether 12.
Altogether 12, that's good counting. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to give them a letter of the alphabet, and Eva's going to write down what colour they are. Yeah? And then we're going to write down the letter. The eggs. We have to be very
Careful.
Very careful. This one's quite dark green, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is the darkest green one, Eva. You might want to write that down. And we're going to give this one up here a letter. What letter is that, Joseph? It's an A. Letter A. Okay, so A is darkish green, Eva. The next one is
B.
B. And the reason we're going to put the letters on is we'd like to know when the ducklings arrive, if they hatch, which ducklings came from which colour, just because we're interested, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so keep them pointy side down. What comes after B, Shawnee?
C.
And gentle. What's next, Joseph?
D.
D, good boy. These are all pale green, Eva. A, B, C, D.
E.
E. Okay.
F.
F's a little bit smaller, Eva. Aren't you right? See how F's a little bit smaller than all the rest? Yeah, so we've got A, B, C, D, E are all quite large green ones, and then maybe a medium size. What comes after F? G. What do we do next?
We need to put a
Eva, tell me.
We need to put a 0 and a dot on both sides.
A 0 and an X, one on each side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and why are we putting a 0 and an X? Do we know?
No.
Eva, can you tell everybody why we're putting a 0 and an X?
When we turn them over, we need to know where we are up to.
Okay, so we're going to put a 0 on one side and an X on the other, and then when it's time to turn the egg over, we'll turn it from an X being on the top to a 0 being on the top, and then back to an X on the top. And then we might turn it the other way. Why do we keep turning them over, Eva?
So we don't get too stuck to the egg.
Yeah, so as the duckling starts to develop and grow, it doesn't just grow at the bottom, because if I left it like that for the whole 28 days, it'd just grow down there and it'd get really stuck. So if we keep turning it, so if we go like X and then 0, then X and then 0, yeah, in a minute, I'm going to do an X.
And then
okay, so then we're going to place it back in like that. And we're going to do this one. 0. In a minute on the next one then. Oh, it's a dirty one, isn't it? Dirty duckling.
that one will be dirty.
Okay, maybe it's a dirty duckling. Okay, I'm going to hold it. Do you want to do one, Joseph? This is our incubator. What does an incubator do?
It heats up the eggs so they grow.
It heats up the egg and it does what, Joseph?
Hatches the eggs.
It hatches the eggs into ducklings.
The mummy, the kids and the eggs.
That's a good answer, isn't it? So what does the mummy normally do?
Sit on the eggs.
And what happens when she sits on the eggs?
She warms them.
She warms them and keeps them nice and warm and yeah, wet. So in here, in our incubator, we've got some water, and that water makes it something called humid. And humid means there's a little bit of mist and steam in there, and that just keeps the eggs nice and moist. so they don't go too dry. Because if they go too dry, they might crack, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay, just put it on to heat up and all night, and now it's at a nice temperature. It's got a thermometer inside, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And we've checked the temperature, and the light's flashing on the top, and that tells us it's at the right temperature. So we've put the water in there. We've not put any water in here yet. That's because we have to fill this one just before it's a hatch. Okay, so we've got water in there. That's what the instructions said, just fill one of them. So we've done that, okay, and then that's nice and safe. And what Grandma's going to do now is put the first eggs in. Okay, so they were a little bit tight, weren't they? And we didn't want to press the eggs too hard and break them, did they? So I think what we're going to do, because we're going to turn them ourselves, is we've took that bar out so it's not too tight. But now I've got my alphabet all confused. Oh no. Who knows the alphabet?
Me. Me. A.
Okay, go on, Joseph, you tell me A.
B, C, D.
Oh, that's not E, is it? Take that one carefully. Where's E? E. Wait a minute then. E. And then we're going to put what's after E, Sean?
F.
F. Let's put F back in there. Very carefully. And then what's after F? Think, carry on.
Z.
Okay.
H. I. J. K. L.
Wow. Okay, and they're all safe, and we're going to start day 1 on our chart. So do we know how many days it is since we put the eggs into the incubator? Joseph, do we know what day it is today for the ducklings?
Day 5.
Day 5, good boy. So now it's day 5, we get to have a special little look inside them. Can you remember what that light's called, Sean?
A candle.
A candler, good boy. What does a candler do, Eva?
It lets you look inside the egg to see if there's a heartbeat from the duckling.
To see if the ducklings are growing and if there's anything in the egg. Should we start to have a look and see what's in the eggs?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Beans. Or can we just see orange?
Just orange.
Just orange. Yeah, I can't see anything. Can you see the top? At the top there's an air sac. See the sac of air?
Yeah.
No range yet, is there?
No.
No. Okay, I'm going to put an X on that one. Let's see. Oh, can we see here? Can you see its heart beating?
Yeah. So we can tick
The heartbeat. The heartbeat there.
We can have a duck inside.